Welcome to Councillor Coates, to make sure we've got a quorum. Perhaps we just should have a formal motion.
Well, I think that'll be me.
Yes, I think so.
Suggest that we co-opt.
Excuse me, Deputy. As we don't have a quorum, Councillor Coates just becomes an ex officio.
Oh, okay. So, okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. We don't have to do that. Confirmation of minutes. Would people like? Someone would like to? Thank you, Deputy. Those in favour say aye. Those against say no. The ayes have it unanimously. Consideration of supplementary items, there's none. Indication of pecuniary and conflicts of interest, being none. Any transfer of agenda items, being none. So we're up to report 6.1. Would you like to introduce this, Director?
Very briefly, Chairman, it is a proposal for the Hobart Football Club to release their club rooms, change rooms and kiosk at the TCA. As the report says, they've actually held this lease since 1944 over a premises that they consider to be theirs on land that is owned by the city, hence the need for a lease.
Good. Would someone like to move the recommendation or any questions before we do?
Yeah, I'm happy to move the recommendation, but just a question to Mr. Doyle. Can we mandate or suggest healthy food options in relation to this kiosk arrangement?
Chairman, I think mandating could be tricky, but more than happy for the relevant staff to have a conversation with the clubs in respect of serving healthy food.
We used to have, I know up at the Doon Kennedy Aquatic Centre, we had the healthy options TAS at one stage. I'm not sure what that has morphed into, but presumably our staff would be aware of what's available.
Yeah, and Chairman, to the Deputy, it's absolutely possible for us to do that when it's a kiosk that we operate with our own staff and selling our own produce. Obviously, these kiosks are operated by the clubs, and there's no doubt a rich culture there. Although, you know, I'm aware that many of the clubs are looking at healthy options for their players and so forth. So very happy for the appropriate officers to have that discussion, and possibly, Chairman, we could make it an approach to all of those who lease kiosks from us, rather than just singling out this particular one.
Perhaps, Deputy, would you like to include an advice clause then, or a part 5 to cover off that?
Yes, certainly.
Thank you. Any further comments? Being no further comments, I put the motion that's been moved by the Deputy. Those in favour say aye.
Aye.
The ayes have it. Those against say no. The ayes have it unanimously. Motion's carried. We move on to item 7, the status report. Would someone like to move that to be received and noted? Thank you, Will. Thank you, Councillor Coates. Did you move?
I moved. Yep.
Thank you. Any further comment? Being none, I put the motion. Those in favour say aye. Those against say no. The ayes have it unanimously. Now, I think we have a motion to go into close now. Questions without notice, sorry. Item 8. Any questions without notice to do with parks? Being no questions without notice, we move on. Could someone move the recommendation to move to the closed portion of the meeting?
Chair, actually, I know we've just approved the item and I've got nothing against it, but just one question arising, just
right,
one of the
okay.
previous items. Is that possible to just ask a question?
Yes, well, there's questions without notice, yes, of course.
The Soldiers Memorial Avenue Management Plan review, is that going to be reviewing the trees that are there and possible impact on tenancies next door?
Director or appropriate.
Chairman, the review is really about the management of the avenue itself. The trees on the Queen's Domain have relevance, I guess, in other documentation, and certainly a number of them are listed as significant trees in our planning scheme and so forth. Maybe, Councillor Coates, if you were to ask me a question about the management and significance of the trees on the Queen's Domain, we could take that on notice and provide some formal advice.
Yeah, look, okay, so in regards to that, I'm aware that there's a tree or trees that may be impacting upon the tennis grounds there. And so I'm just keen as if they're doing a review of the Soldiers Memorial Avenue in regards to obviously the ones that may be close to actually facilities in use and any potential in the future for any of those trees to become an issue. If that could be a question, I might put that.
Okay, the question's been taken on notice.
Yep.
Thank you. Any further questions without notice? Being none, we move on. Would someone like to move that we go into the closed portion? Deputy? Thank you. So deputies move that we go into the closed. Those agreed, say aye. Those against, say no. The ayes have it unanimously.